Hey guys. So I haven't done blogs in a while, but I got some encouragement recently from some people who had seen some of my videos and thought they were really great. So I thought, hey, maybe I can add value to somebody's day by talking about things I learn. So one thing that I wanted to share with people is, let me start that again. It's almost the end of the year, and at the end of each year, I usually do my favorite books from that year. Now, this year, I haven't actually listened to a lot of audiobooks, surprisingly. I've just been too busy either making music or figuring out how the music business works. But I thought I'd talk about a little bit some of the books that I've read that you can't unread. Because I find that whenever you read a book afterwards, it has an influence on your brain, and you can't really see the same you can't see the world in the same way, even if you wanted to. It's kind of like an optical illusion. Even though your brain knows that this image, whatever it is tricking you, you can't unsee it. Have you ever seen those, like where it's like three lines and then it's like this line is, which one is shorter? And it's actually this one, but it looks like it's this one and you can't figure out why. That's kind of how it is with books. So um, there's been a few books for me that just blew my mind, and I caution everyone, do not read these books if you have a weak constitution mentally. If you're afraid of new ideas or you're scared of learning the harsh reality of the world, the truth basically, if you're scared of the truth, don't read these, because they might not be true, but they'll definitely get you asking some questions that will get you closer. So the first one would definitely be Sex at Dawn. I blogged about this one a couple of years ago when I was going through a very polyamorous exploratory phase, and that was after reading Sex at Dawn. This book will crack your brain wide open, and you'll start to question everything you think you know about human relationships. And it's all based on human evolution and how we've progressed as a society. And it deals with sexuality and monogamy and polyamory and culture and these things. So it's a touchy read for some viewers, I guess, but definitely one that will pry your brain right open. Let's see. Another one is Win Bigly by Scott Adams. Scott Adams is the creator of Dilbert, the comics, and he's also a business writer. And he wrote this book, and it's about the influence and persuasion skills of Trump. Now, I know a lot of people in Canada and in my circle are very anti-Trump, and whether you like him or not, this book is very, very interesting. And again, it'll crack your brain right open. It'll make you start asking questions and seeing things in a different way, in a way that you can't unsee it, because there is a lot of brainwashing going on in the world on both sides. And for better or worse, it is what it is. And this book just sort of gives you a way to look at things in a way that you might not have considered before. Another one that was a huge one for me, this is probably the most influential book I've ever read, is called The Easy Way to Quit Smoking. And this is a very topic-specific book because it's about how to quit smoking. But this book, so I've always viewed books as they're just solutions to problems. I've never been a huge reader of nonfiction. Of fiction books. I've always tended towards how-to books and sort of pop psychology books and books that teach me how something works and why it works the way it does. So by reading How to Quit Smoking, I read it when I was smoking, and I realized that my life had just become one waiting break after another, waiting to get to the next cigarette. And I read this book, and it just blew my mind about the nature of addiction and the way your brain works when it's addicted to something, in this case, nicotine. And after reading that, that led me down a spiral, which got me to quit alcohol, and it got me to quit many other things, and really lead a more healthier life because I understood my own brain better. So the analogy that I have of books is like there's a guy who's trying to look over a wall, but it's sort of blocking his face. but then he stacks up a bunch of books, and then now he starts to see over the wall a little bit. So it's like books, they don't give you a definitive answer, but they sort of point in a certain direction. And when you get enough of these points or reference points, then you start to be able to feel what is more true than other things. I don't think that I know everything. If anything, I think reading all these books has just made me realize how dumb I am and how much I don't understand yet. But if you're looking for a way to crack your brain open in 2021 and really light a fire under your own curiosity, I think this is a great place to start. So that was Sex at Dawn. I forget the author's name. There's Win Bigly by Scott Adams. And then there is The Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr. Highly recommend them. Let me know what you think. Have a good New Year.